This is the time to get back. Get back to yourself. Get back to what nourishes you, to get back to your path. This is your time to get back to your journey. The world that we live in has a lot of distractions in it. The second that you open this device, there's a fight for your attention. There's a fight for your dollars. There's a fight for your mind. What's going to take you to the next level in your life is to do three simple things. Number one is to get back to you. And that looks different for every single person because we're all at different parts of the world. We're all in different parts of our journey. We have different attributes and different capabilities. But when you hear these words, get back to you, you know what that means. You know what's missing. You know what's missing. I don't have to tell you. You know what's missing. Just some general ideas. Maybe you need to start cooking your food again and get the DoorDash off your phone. Maybe you need to go start going back to church on Sunday. Maybe you need to start your praying. Maybe you need to start meditation. Maybe you need to get back in the swimming pool because you used to love swimming. Maybe you need to get back to that daily walk. Maybe you need to get back to that 1 hour a day with no cell phone before you will go to work. Maybe you need to get back to matching with your kids. Maybe that was a moment that you guys loved, but you don't do that anymore. Maybe you need to get back to calling your children, checking in on them, serving them, loving them. Maybe you need to get back to writing letters. Who writes letters anymore? Maybe you need to get back to writing letters. Maybe you need to get back to reading. You probably have a bunch of books you haven't read. Maybe go pick one up. Get back to you. And if you want to go back in your history, back to when you were a kid, there's probably a dance or a play or a recital or a song or a sport that you probably need to get back to safely though. All right. Number two, the second thing to get back to you is you have to eliminate distractions. So think about it like this. When you're setting a boundary, there's basically two ways you set a boundary. You are completely abstinent from the thing. So it's what we call a hard no, or you have boundaries with it and you interact with the thing periodically or every now and then. And so you need to determine what are the things that are distracting me from my purpose and from my healing and from the next path that I want to walk. What are my distractions? And if I'm honest with myself, I need you to be honest. Most people lie. I need you to be honest with yourself. Do I need to completely eliminate this distraction? Or can I keep this distraction in my life because it brings me joy or it brings me something, probably joy. And I just need boundaries with it. You need to make a determination for you and you need to be honest. Because most people who have distractions in their life that bring them joy don't want to eliminate them. And I'm not about to tell you that you should. I'm here to ask you. There's a place that you want to go in life. Your distractions are stopping you from getting there. Have the self-awareness to answer this authentically, observing yourself as the observer. Would it benefit you more to go completely abstinent from the thing that's distracting you? Or would it benefit you more to have boundaries, healthy boundaries? You be honest. Now, the third and final thing I want to tell you today in terms of getting back to you, you need to make your why bigger. You have to stop complaining and you need to make your why bigger. The biggest difference between where you are now and where you want to go is that you haven't, quote unquote, achieved the thing you're looking to do. And in order for you to do that, you need to make your why bigger. Make the complaints smaller. You make your obstacles bigger by making your why bigger. Your why is your inner motivation. Your inner motivation. Now, you may not always feel the emotion of motivation, and that's why we're looking to get clear on our why, because when you're clear on your why, you don't need emotions You don't need the emotion of motivation to do what you do or want to do, because when you're clear on your why, you can still show up even unmotivated. And that's called discipline. That is called consistency. For the thing that you want to do, you will not always be motivated. Your back will hurt, your knees might hurt, your brain will hurt, you'll be tired, you'll be stressed, there will be road bumps, there will be turbulence, you will lose, you will suffer, you will fail. That is a natural component of life. But the way you get to where you want is just like when you were a kid and you fell off that bike. You get back on it and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going. So what? You lose, you keep going. So what? You fail, you keep going, you improve, you self-correct. You self-correct, you show up as a better person, you show up as a better self. You show up improving and you work on your skills and your attributes and your mindset. You work on the energy in which you show up. And after time, those failures become successes. And after time, what you get over time is grit. You get grit. That type of person that's like, oh, come on, let's get it. Let's do it. We can do this. And it doesn't particularly matter what channel it's in, whether it's the channel of your family household, whether it's your family system, your extended family system, whether it's your entry-level job that you just started because you just left college, or if you're an executive running a team of 500 people. Every single person is going to experience the same thing. You will experience loss and grief. You will experience pain. You will experience discomfort. You will lose and you will fail. But there's another class of those people who say, hey, you know what? Let's learn from this. Let's get better with this. Let's take pride in what we're doing. Let's take pride in how we show up. Let me take accountability. Maybe your household is not where it needs to be. Maybe you need to take some accountability. As you leave today, I challenge you to get back to you. Get back to your purpose. Get back to your healing. Get back to your joy. I'm not of the school of thought that we need to delete joy from our journeys, which is why I asked you the thing that has you feeling joy, but is also something that you see as a distraction. Be honest. Do you need to completely delete it, or do you just need boundaries? Most people just need boundaries. But if you're that person who needs to completely delete it, the time is now. You can't wait any longer. The time is now. If that's sobriety for you, you need to get sober. If that's abstaining from things like sports betting, gambling, shopping, your ex-girlfriend, whatever it may be, you need to lock it in, because you don't have as much time as you think. In the time that you do have, you need to focus. You need to focus and you need to delete those distractions. I'm rooting for you. I'm hoping that you get clear on what you want and you make your why bigger, because the bigger that why is, the smaller the distraction. The bigger that why is, the more energy you wake up with in the morning. The bigger that why is, the more you understand why you're doing what you're doing, and the easier certain sacrifices get to make. Those sacrifices are easier to make once you understand why you're doing them. Once you see the bigger picture, once you see what you're fighting for, once you see what you're working for, once you see why you're putting out all this energy and effort. There is a grand purpose. And obviously I can't tell you what that is. Only you know. Only you know. Get clear on your why. Delete those distractions. Stay focused.